You're listening to the JONKER Talk podcast. This podcast is brought to you by MC242 IPR MSA UITM Malacca chapter as an assignment for PRO549. Remember, JONKER Walk is a place, JONKER Talk is us.
Hello, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to you all, and welcome to another exciting episode of Global Health Chronicles, combating disease for a better world, where we dive deep into topics that matter. I'm your host, Muhammad Hafizul Hakim, your guide into the world of the Millennium Development Goals, and today we're talking about MDG 6, focusing specifically on HIV. It is a complex issue, but we'll break it down and make it interesting. So, without wasting any seconds, let's dive in. Imagine a world where HIV no longer holds power over communities. That's the vision behind Millennium Development Goal 6. Let's begin with a quick overview. MDG 6 aims to combat HIV, AIDS, malaria, and other diseases. But today, we're honing in on HIV. Why? This disease has had a significant impact on global health, especially in the late 20th century and early 21st century. Do you know why HIV has been such a big focus for MDG 6? It is because of the huge impact it has on people's lives and societies. But it is also because of how rapidly it spread and the stigma that came with it. Do you agree with me? HIV, which stands for Human Immunodeficiency Virus, attacks the immune system, making it hard for the body to fight infections. If it's untreated, it can lead to AIDS, or known as acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, which can be fatal. The disease spread quickly in the 1980s and 1990s, causing a public health crisis. By the time MDG 6 was set, the world was looking for solutions to reverse this trend. But how do we get there? Let's find out. We're in the trenches of a global battle against HIV, but fear not, heroes around the world are fighting back. From groundbreaking research to grassroots activism, every action counts in this fight. First of all, what do we know about HIV in Malaysia? Well, to be transparent with you guys, Malaysia is ranked the 7th highest in adult prevalence of HIV in Asia after Thailand, Papua New Guinea, Myanmar, Cambodia, Vietnam, and Indonesia, with a 0.45% prevalence rate according to the Ministry of Health Malaysia in 2021. The prevalence is particularly high among men who have sex with men, or known as MSM, with rates reaching up to 20%. This high prevalence is attributed to several factors, including the lack of awareness and stigma associated with HIV, limited access to testing and treatment, and also the high number of men who have sex with men, or known as MSM. Okay, it's time for a progress report. We've come a long way since the inception of the Millennium Development Goals, but there's still work to be done. Stay tuned as we explore the latest advancement and challenges in the fight against HIV. Oh, do you guys know a fun fact stated by the World Health Organization (WHO) in 2016 said that key population at higher risk of HIV include people who sell sex, men who have sex with men, or known as MSM, transgender people, and people who inject drugs, who are particularly vulnerable to HIV in Malaysia. These groups face higher risk of infection due to their sexual behaviors and the lack of access to safe sex practices and testing services. Additionally, they often face discrimination and lack of access to healthcare services, making it difficult for them to receive timely diagnosis and treatment. This directly leads to unfair treatment from the society to the affected people. Following the study of the Ministry of Health Malaysia in 2021, ignominy and discrimination against people living with HIV are significant barriers to accessing care and treatment in Malaysia. Many individuals are reluctant to disclose their HIV status due to the fear of social ostracism, job loss, and other negative consequences. This stigma is further exacerbated by the lack of public education and awareness campaign that address the myths and misconceptions surrounding HIV. Prevention is key. From education to access to healthcare, prevention efforts are crucial in the fight against HIV. Let's empower communities with the knowledge and resources they need to stay healthy. Every problem has in the seeds of its own solution. If you don't have any problem, you don't get any seeds. I never worry about the problem. I worry about the solution. But fear not, guys. The Malaysian government has implemented several policies and initiatives aimed at combating HIV. These include antiretroviral therapy, or known as ART, for HIV-positive individuals, and the National Strategic Plan Ending AIDS, or known as NSPEA, which focus on prevention, treatment, and care, a study which has been conducted by the Ministry of Health Malaysia in 2015. However, within several key initiatives and efforts, challenges remain in ensuring the effective implementation of these policies, particularly in reaching key population and addressing stigma. Not to forget, community-based organization and advocacy group also plays a crucial role in combating HIV in Malaysia. In accordance with a study by the World Health Organization (WHO) in 2016, this group worked to raise awareness about the virus, reduce stigma, and advocate for the rights of people living with HIV. Nevertheless, there is a need for more resources and support to enable this group to effectively address the challenges faced by the country. A goal only can be achieved with continuous and effective efforts. Also, education plays a pivotal role in combating HIV in these modern days. It goes to show that education and awareness are key. If we can break down the stigma and encourage people to get tested, we can reduce the spread of HIV. And once people are aware, they can take steps to protect themselves and others. That is why it is important to raise awareness about HIV and to promote safe practices. But let's not forget the role of technology and innovation. New tools and approaches are emerging, like pre-exposure prophylaxis (PrEP), which is a preventive medication that can significantly reduce the risk of contracting HIV. This kind of innovation is helping us move closer to achieving MDG 6. Every success story deserves a spotlight. Malaysia took significant steps towards achieving MDG 6, particularly in reducing the incidence and prevalence of HIV through comprehensive and innovative approaches. Here are some key elements of Malaysia's success story. The first one, harm reduction strategies. Malaysia was among the first Asian countries to adopt harm reduction strategies in response to the high rates of HIV transmission among injecting drug users. The country's harm reduction program include needle and syringe exchanges and methadone maintenance therapy, which help reduce the risk of HIV transmission among this high-risk group. The second one, education and prevention. Malaysia implemented robust education and prevention programs focusing on awareness, safe sex practices, and condom distribution. The programs targeted key population, including sex workers, men who have sex with men, or known as MSM, and injecting drug users, contributing to a significant reduction in new HIV infections. The third one is partnership with NGOs and civil society. Malaysia's government collaborated with non-governmental organizations, NGOs, and civil society to implement HIV programs. This partnership approach helped ensure that programs were tailored to the needs of specific communities and population, while improving their effectiveness. And the last one is universal access to treatment. Malaysia has provided access to antiretroviral therapy, or known as ART, for those living with HIV, in which it helped improve the quality of life and reduce HIV-related mortality rates. This commitment to treatment plays a crucial role in combating the impact of HIV. And to explain further, in terms of the impact and legacy, Malaysia's comprehensive approach to combating HIV led to a significant reduction in new infection and mortality rates, reflecting progress towards achieving MDG 6. The country's success demonstrated that a combination of harm reduction, education, partnership, and treatment access could effectively combat the HIV epidemic. While challenges remain, Malaysia's experience in addressing HIV under MDG 6 has served as a model for other countries in the region. By demonstrating the effectiveness of harm reduction and collaboration with NGOs, Malaysia contributes to the broader effort to combat HIV in Asia and beyond. Join us as we shine a light on individuals and organizations making a difference in the fight against HIV. Get inspired and join the movement. It's time to take action. Whether it's spreading awareness, volunteering, or advocating for policy change, there's something each of us can do to contribute to the fight against HIV. Here are a few things you can do. First, educate yourself and others about HIV. The more you know, the better you can understand the issues and help combat the stigma. Second, support organizations that work to fight HIV. You can donate, volunteer, or simply spread the word about their work. Third, practice safe behaviors. Use condoms and encourage others to do the same during social intimacy interaction. And if you are at risk, consider using PREP method or other preventive measures. Do not hesitate to fight or contribute to the battle against HIV. Together, we can make a difference. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's a wrap for today's episode. Thanks for tuning in to Global Health Chronicles, combating disease for a better world. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and share with your friends and families too. Until next time, stay informed, stay empowered, and keep making a positive impact in the world. This is Muhammad Hafizul Hakim, your host, signing off.